Don't listen to the critics. Insatiable is really funny. Hi, thanks for watching. Today I want to talk about the new Netflix TV show Insatiable. I say new, it's been out probably 2 months or so, but I just finished watching the series and I really enjoyed it, and so I wanted to share my thoughts about it and hope that you just didn't listen to the critics and not give it a chance. The critics were incredibly cruel, and I don't think they got the joke about this show. Rotten Tomatoes, it's listed at 11% for the critics, and Metacritic gave it a score of 25 out of 100. You would think that that would be a terrible show, but that's not the case. I found this show really funny, and I think that a lot of people have really taken to it and enjoy the show. In fact, it's been renewed for a second season. This show is a black comedy. And if you don't know what that is, it's also called a dark comedy. It's a comic style that makes light of subject matter that is generally considered taboo, particularly subjects that are normally considered serious or painful to discuss. Many of the topics in this show, I can understand that sensitive people would have an issue with. There's a big deal with fat shaming. There's lots of stereotypes in the shows about gays and blacks and trans and conservative Christians and people in the South and all those types of things. And that's what makes this show really funny, because it's a satire. And if you don't get the joke, let me explain the joke. Satire, the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices. And that's exactly what this show does. There's lots of exaggerations, but there's a reason behind it. Now, if you were to just listen to the critics, Vox says, Netflix Insatiable is somehow both obscenely cruel and terminally dumb. And the Thrillist says, Insatiable is Netflix's worst TV show yet, by far. But on Rotten Tomatoes, while the critics gave it 11%, the audience score is 84%. That's a really high score. So the people that watch this, they like this. I really enjoyed this show. The main character is Patty. She's formerly Fatty Patty. And I think in the beginning they put a big fat suit on her and she lost a lot of weight. And, you know, a lot of critics have an issue that it's fat shaming. But there's a lot of things in this show that are made fun of. The other main character is Bob. He's a lawyer who is coaching Patty to be a beauty contestant, a beauty pageant contestant. And he's a very fancy Southern gentleman. And he acts in a manner that many might consider to be stereotypically gay. Now, I think this character is really funny, and I enjoy the portrayal of Bob in this show. You know, it's interesting when it comes to representation, because I thought that the criticism of this show would come from conservative Christians, because this show takes place in Georgia, and most of the characters are conservative Christian. And so in a way, it's clowning conservative Christians. But I haven't heard any outrage from the conservative Christian community about this show. I've heard a lot of outrage from people talking about fat shaming and using too many stereotypes. Well, that's what this show is. It's a satire. It's a black comedy. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Now, if those things make you feel uncomfortable and you can't laugh at them, then this is not the show for you. But if you can laugh at those things, this is a funny show. It revolves around high school. It's a comedy drama. And the acting is, I think, really good. I believe the characters when they're acting, even though they're over the top and they're all stereotypes. I don't think there's a single character in this show that you can really root for. They're all kind of awful in their own way. I think the script is well done. It's provocative. It does a good job of capturing the voices of these different characters. And I liked seeing all these different tropes and stereotypes play out in the show. I just got a big kick out of it. I don't want to give away too much. There's a lot of twists and turns. If after one show you don't like it, don't watch any more. This series isn't for you. But if you find yourself laughing out loud, you may have found a new show that you can watch. With so much going on in the world today, it's nice to have a show that you can just kind of get sucked into and enjoy and forget about the rest of things for 40 or 50 minutes. That's what this show is. It's a really nice diversion. I would put it in the same category as over-the-top comedies like Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, maybe even It's Always Sunny. And I think it's really cool that a lot of the main characters in the show are women. So if you have Netflix and you're looking for a new series that you might get a chuckle out of, check out Insatiable. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Peace. Help me reach my goal of 1 million of 2,000 subscribers by clicking the like button and subscribing. Thanks.